I've been listening to the book Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. The TLDR of this book is that sleep equals good. Because you have a massive ego and you haven't leveled up your humility to the point that you should have, you probably think that right now your sleep is acceptable. Sleep is not something that you can be subjective about. Unless you have clear, quantifiable data that shows that you've been getting good sleep, you don't actually know how good quality your sleep is. One of the hidden problems with a lack of sleep is that you don't actually feel it that much. Your body just kind of adjusts to it, and most people are chronically sleep deprived. As a young person, you should be allocating about 9 hours for bed every single night. Just 1 or 2 hours underneath that can be quite significantly damaging for you. It's safe to say that pretty much every good process in your body gets improved through good sleep. And every bad thing that could happen to your body, all those illnesses and heart disease, all that sciencey bullshit, is more likely to happen if you've got bad sleep. Your willpower, your ability to defy the Jeffrey brain inside of you, all of that is actually so heavily influenced by your sleep. It's so worth it for you to consider sleep the priority, to structure your entire day to make sure that you can get a good night of rest. We live in a weird culture where people overlook their health because they think it gives them an advantage. But more and more research is showing us that when you improve your health, everything, every other part of your life improves, including the shit that guys are so obsessed about, making money, attracting girls, everything that you want, because we know you're a horny motherfucker. You want women sleep more, you will look more attractive, you'll build more muscle, you'll improve your levels of testosterone. You want to make more money, sleep more. Your brain will just process better. You'll stop being a weak little bitch. You'll stop procrastinating if you sleep more. People say I don't have time to sleep. That's bullshit. You don't have time not to sleep. Sleep and meditation are like two meta skills that improve everything else in your life. They are incredibly high ROI. The number one best thing that you can do for your sleep is routine. Go to sleep at the same time every single night, wake up at the same time every single morning. And I know that sounds kind of unrealistic, and of course there's going to be days where you have to stay up later. Of course there's going to be days where you have to wake up earlier or later. But try to just set that in stone. Go to sleep at the same time every single night, wake up at the same time every single morning. Recently I've been experimenting with going to bed very, very early. I get into bed at 6 p.m. I read for about an hour and a half, and 7:30 I'm out. I wake up at about 5:30. That's very extreme and it won't work for many people, but it does seem to be quite nice for me. I've always known, like, I get tired at 5 p.m. I've always been like that, and I feel like alive. I burst out of bed 5 a.m. I feel so good. So it works for me. You've got to experiment and see what works for you, and then stick to it. Day in, day out, week in, week out. That extra hour of sleep, the extra half an hour of sleep is very, like, take this seriously, bro. The trajectory of your future will change like significantly if you improve your sleep. So many guys say that, oh, they just want to play 1 hour of video games at the end of the day, bro. That 1 hour put into sleep, your future self is going to look back like you wouldn't even know. Do you know what I mean? It's like one of those invisible benefits. You would literally just be performing better in all parts of your life. Think about the version of you that stays up to play just an hour of video games every night, and it's actually like 2 to 3 hours. And then think of the version of you that goes to bed an hour earlier, gets an hour of quality sleep, and that 1 hour results in every positive, like, bodily function that you could imagine. You're more focused, you're happier, you've got lower levels of depression and anxiety, you have less cravings, less emotional outbursts, better memory. Everything that you want comes from better sleep. Everything that you want comes from better sleep. Now imagine that over the course of years, decades. Imagine how different your life would be. I know it's hard to make that transition, but one of the main things I've found that helps is just education. Educate yourself on the benefits of sleep. This guy, Matthew Walker, who made this book, Why We Sleep, he's like a very well-known expert, and he's kind of went viral because he's been on Joe Rogan and a bunch of famous podcasts. Literally just search his name onto YouTube and just go watch some of the podcasts and you'll be able to get the same knowledge. His book, Why We Sleep, is also on the website that I like, short form, where you can read a detailed summary of it. Scroll down right now and click on that top link to read the summary of this book. Also click on the share button and send the link over to a friend who doesn't prioritize his sleep. Tell him I said he's a dumbass. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.